everybody and welcome back to the Fiorentina beta save, or the early release save I should say, because it's not called a beta this year, it's the early release save. We were going to come back for Juventus, we've gone further than that because we are in a European semi-final. Let's crack on. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and as you can see looking at the league table we are up into 5th, 34 games played, 62 points. We are having a pretty good season, to be honest. We are just hanging on to Napoli for attacking those Champions League spots, so it may happen. We may get Fiorentina back into the Champions League at the first time of asking, which is actually really cool. I'm actually really excited by how we're doing that, and we are having a very good season. If we look at the player stats, Beltran is up there with 21 goals. Gravenberch is our best player this year, 7.28. I did do a video 2 videos ago, I think, saying, is he OP? I still think he is OP. I think his height, his physical stats and his technique stats make him just one of the best central midfielders in the game. So, again, if you haven't bought him, go and get him on loan or bring him in and give him a run. Parisi's in there with the most assists. Andre Lunin, our goalkeeper, is a 99% pass completion. Easy for him because he's mainly playing short passes out the back. Nicolas Gonzalez is there with 5 Player of the Match awards. Parisi's got the most yellows, and Luca Ranieri's our only red card of the season. In terms of promises, you can see Nicolas Gonzalez is now happy that we have strengthened at centre back, which is good. But yeah, today we're taking on Freiburg in the in the Europa Conference League semi-final, where we're most likely going to be facing Aston Villa in the final. It has been a very, very good run for us. If we look at the tree, we can come in here, we'll go back to the knockout rounds. We got through Varsastana 8-4 on aggregate, beat Lille 4-0 on aggregate, beat Toulouse 8-2 on aggregate, and now we're taking on Freiburg, who got past Frankfurt. They beat Club Brugge and they beat Panathinaikos as well. So you can argue we've had quite a tough run. I think Toulouse and Lille, some of the better teams in the competition. Aston Villa have taken on Fenerbahce, Slavia Prague, and, well, who did they beat before that? Nobody. They came in at that stage. Okay, fair enough. But, yeah, so Fiorentina v Villa does look like a final that could happen in real life with the teams that are in this competition. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But overall, very, very happy with how we've been performing. The new centre-backs we bought in have done pretty well. We have got a lot of interesting players, so I'm sure there will be changes and overhauls in the summer as well. But I thought we'd come back for this episode and play both the games of the semi-final to see if we get into that final. And if we do, that will be the final episode of this season, and then we'll crack into next season. We do have Dodo back from injury. He is back. We are getting him up on this right-hand side, maybe as a right wing-back or as the right midfielder that we play. But yeah, he's actually not as... He's not as good as I would have hoped. I assume that injury has had massive effects on him. But he was obviously one of my favourite players from back in the day. So we'll be giving him a chance for sure. But other than that, we're pretty good. There's not too much more to talk about. There's not many changes since last time. Apologies for the lack of video yesterday. But I was on holiday and my flight got delayed. So I didn't have time to get back and record a video. But yeah, we're doing very well. We're performing very well. And the players are loving life, to be honest. I just wish we could afford Gravenberch, but 106 million, alas, we can't. In terms of the finances, actually, you can see that's development centre, Dave. In terms of the finances, there we go. We have a £17 million transfer budget. We have a wage budget. We've got around about 80,000 left in our wage budget. But the finances aren't looking amazing, as is Syria, £636,000 in the account. When you think in the Premier League, that would probably be around £63 million. Syria does take a lot of financial hit in terms of money. So next season, if we want to have big spending, we're probably going to have big sales to help us do that. So hopefully Saudi Arabia comes knocking, but let's see. Right, we'll get into the first leg against Freiburg. See you at kickoff. Here we are then, as the anthem rings around the stadium. I don't know if I've got it on actually. Let's have a look. There we go. I'll put it on for you. It's just a bit late. We're lining up in our sort of 3-5-1-2 system. We do have Marinchuk in behind the strikers. They're lining up with Junior Adama and Holler up front in a 4-2-2, which is something we've not really come up against. So it could be interesting to see how that pans out. But it is the Europa Conference League semi-finals. And we are just about ready to go as the referee picks up the ball. The players come out the tunnel. All the kits are correct, which I absolutely love. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see how we get on. First highlight is for us then. Gonzalez into Mauritius. Nico Gonzalez swings in across towards the back post. It's headed away. But Ranieri from the left centre-back position. Bloody hell, what a strike from the youngster Luca Ranieri. 7 minutes in and Fiorentina are 1-0 up. Mauritius back to Gonzalez. His cross to the back post. Parisi was beaten in the air. But yeah, Ranieri just attacked the ball and then what a finish that is with his favoured left foot. 1-0 Fiorentina. Parisi with a throw and into Mauritius. Oh, it's a good challenge, but Parisi gets it back. Ranieri into Madragora, who we're going to probably struggle to keep hold of in the summer. Gravenberch, who we're going to lose on loan, into Mauritius. Mauritius shoots. It's 2-0 Fiorentina. His 20th goal of the season. He has been such a good signing for us in the early parts of this season. But 10 minutes in, it's 2-0 Fiorentina, and this sort of feels like we've already got a foot into the final. There's a lovely take from Mauritius. Great finish across the goalkeeper. 2-0. It's a throw in here for Freiburg. It goes to Junior Adamo on the edge, and Lunin probably should keep that out. It's a Parisi own goal that's been given. I don't know if I quite agree with that. It looked on target, but maybe we don't have one foot in the final. Sedilia with a throw, put it into Junior Adamu. He took it onto his left foot, got a shot off. Maybe it was going wide. It hits Parisi's arse and goes in. Nothing Looney could do with that one. But we have started very well. They're lining up. So Gunter will push into here. You'll come across 3 at the back. They're going to be leaving themselves open in central midfield, it looks like a little bit. So maybe in transitions is where we're going to hit them. Mauritius as the target forward, lays it back to Ranieri. Parise into Miranchuk, another one who's just been a superb signing this season. Gravenberch from the edge, he's at the bar. My opinion is Gravenberch is probably our number 1 signing of this season, and then second is Miranchuk. At 1.2 million, he has been an absolute bargain. Worst signing of the season, Malang Sarr. Bought him in to be a libero, immediately scrapped the libero tactic, and now he's not good enough to get into our back 3, and won't be next year when we bring in Soyuncu, who can actually play in some of our games as well. So yeah, I mean, Malang Sarr might find himself being at the club for only 1 season. We'll have to wait and see. But here come Freiburg again. Philip up to Holler. They do have a man in the middle. Fleury. Grifo. That's going to have to be a very big, good header from outside the box to beat Lunin in goal. But yeah, don't have to worry about that. Gatti up to Miranchuk. Picks up that space in the middle of the park. I said in transition they'd be open, and they totally are open. And Beltran makes it 3-1, and that is the transition we were talking about. Their midfield is just all over the place. I don't understand the system they're using. The players' roles don't really seem to work. But Miranchuk had so much space because this guy was out wide marking our wing back into Beltran on his left foot. That is 3-1. Parise with a throw into Madragora. Here is Mauritius. Parise to the back post. Gonzalez with a header. Good save from Atiobolu in goal. And Freiburg will look to create something. It goes long. Good win by Quatada in the middle. A defender we've not really spoken too much about. He's been quietly solid playing in the middle of the back 3. We just need to make sure that we keep that going. My biggest concern is central midfield. I think we're going to have to find someone to come in for Gravenberch because I don't think we really have anyone. Good save. The only thing we do have is Sofyan Amrabat could potentially come in if Man United don't make that a permanent transfer, as Miranchuk swings this one in. Gonzalez towards the near post, but over the bar. So Lunin has the ball, goes along with it this time, up towards Beltran. It's not really what I would do. I would aim for Mauritius, but Beltran won it. It's Gravenberch. What a pass to Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez really should have squared it, but went for goal, 3-1. But Gravenberch again showing his class. Half time then, we are 3-1 up. We are pretty much dominating this one. And I think we can say we're happy with that. Keep it going. Hopefully we can get one more, then we'll be in a good position to rest some players for the league game. We can play them in the league game, rest them there, bring them back for the second leg. So we'll see how it goes. Miranchuk swings in a corner towards the back post. Gonzalez is beaten in the air, but Madragora will keep it alive. Just taking his time, waiting for options. Ranieri goes back to Quatada, into Gatti. Again, joining us on a permanent deal at the end of the season after his loan expires. But Roll comes forward into Holler. Holler is just running down the right side. He's run out of a bit of space. Good cross to the back post. Adamu squares it. Hoffler hits the post, and Madragora clears it away. And have Freiburg had a rocket up their arse from their manager at half time. Gatti with a free kick. Gravenberch just lays that one back to Gatti, out to Qatar. Lots of space on the flanks as our sort of other centre-backs pull a little bit wider. Madragora, Quatara, keeping the ball reasonably well. Just not there is a bit of a lack of movement in front of us, but Ranieri brings it forward. Now this is where we should be able to move the ball, although Quatara is going to be robbed by Junior Adamo. It's not a good pass by Ranieri, and it's 3-2. Oh, we always have to make it hard for ourselves, don't we? I think fresh legs in the middle might be the order of the day, but Ranieri brought the ball out from the back and then just turned round. Quatara, whether he wasn't expecting it or he wasn't paying attention, but Junior Adamu ran in, Lunin beaten, 3-2. Okay, on the hour mark, we're going to make some changes. Parise's having an absolute shocker at left back, or the left wing back position. So he will come off. We'll bring on Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr can go up there. Ranieri can move up. Gravenberch is tired, so Solbakken will come on for him. And Gonzalez is tired, so Dodo, who we are training to be a right winger, because we're not currently playing with right backs, comes on as well. So hopefully those fresh legs just make us get a little bit more control on this game, as we have another corner. Miranchuk swings this one in up towards Ranieri at the back post. It's headed away, and Dodo has his first involvement. Gatti, ball through, back into Maranchuk, who shoots, bottom corner, 4-2. That's better, isn't it? Maranchuk is, honestly, go and look at him as well. Pick him up for 1.2 million. If you need a bargain attacking midfielder, he looks very, very good. And I think Atalanta sell him because they've got Charles de Ketelaere, but yeah, what a finish that is from Miranchuk. Keeper probably should do better, but hit hard and low, they are tough to save. So 20 minutes to go. We're just going to make our final changes. Madragora, who's been pretty good in midfield, we'll take him off just to get some fresh legs on. We'll bring on Arthur as the playmaker in there. And then we've got some good fitness at the back. It probably is Miranchuk who needs to come off, but we're going to rest. Yeah, I was going to bring on... Yeah, we'll bring on Nzola as the target forward. I think I'd rather make sure Mauritius doesn't get injured than Miranchuk, even though both are crucial to how we play. I think Miranchuk is slightly more replaceable than Mauritius. We really struggled when he had his injury. Nzola did a good job, but he's not as good as Mauritius, but that's a good take from Miranchuk up to Ranieri. Ranieri crosses, there's Nzola. Great cutback from Nzola. I said he's not as good, but what a cutback that is from Nzola, and Beltran has an open goal for his second goal of the game. Ranieri down the left-hand side. He did really well to the byline. And Zolo, fresh legs sprinting in, and then great composure and whereabouts. And Beltran won't have an easier goal to score this year. 5-2. Beltran comes forward again, out towards Dodo on the right. Back in, looking for Beltran, but intercepted by Linehart. Panicked clearance away, but he does find Holler, as they are leaving a few more men forward now. Ball through. Junior Adamu scores. It's 5-3. I mean... It's goals, isn't it? Lots of goals in the Conference League. 5-3 we are winning at home in this first game. Hoping the second leg will be a little bit quieter. Philip put it through. Marking was pretty poor. Good turn from Adamu. Yeah, 5-3. 10 minutes to go. Here is Correa. They've changed to a 4-2-4. Lunin holds on to that header and does pretty well holding that one. But yeah, a 4-2-4. It shouldn't really mean we need to change anything in our system, to be honest. But it's going to go long up towards Beltran. Heads it down towards Dodo, obviously coming back from a massive cruciate ligament injury, as Gatti just takes over into Arthur. Here is Arthur. Gatti out to Dodo. Oh, Dodo wins it back after losing it and puts a lovely ball through to Beltran. Squared, and Zola's there. It's 6-3. This game is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. 10 minutes to go. It's basically Freiburg, you score 1 and we'll score 2 in retaliation. But yeah, it was actually very good patient play. Dodo had his part to play. Lost it, won it back. Lovely ball through to Beltran, and Beltran paid back the assist to Nzola and rifles that in from close range. Love it. Full time then, 6-3 win. Very, very comfortable, to be honest. Adamu looked dangerous, but 15 shots to 13, 11 shots to 6. RXG of 3.55 really did outscore theirs of 1.8. So maybe point the finger at Lunin for a bad game, but Parisi had a shocker. I haven't seen too much of that this season. So yeah, good win against Freiburg. We're going to go and play Verona off camera. We'll be back for the second leg against Freiburg, which should see us through to the final. I'd be disappointed if we lost a 6-3 lead. But yeah, we've got Verona left, then we've got 3 games, Torino, Udinese and Frosinone, and then we come back for the final if we make it, which we should. I'm confident, but you never know. Right, we'll play Verona off camera. Back in a sec. So we're back for the second leg of the semi-final, and we take that 6-3 lead to play Freiburg. Aston Villa actually do 2-2 with Austria Vienna, so you never know in that one. I would much prefer to play Austria Vienna. I think we'll absolutely destroy them. In between the semi-finals, we had our game against Hellas Verona. We got a 1-0 win. It was very, very comfortable. As you can see from the match stats, 13 shots for us, 3 for them, 6 on target for us, 2 for them, an XG of 1.83. The only difference we rested everyone in training and then brought in Sarr for oh my god, what's his name? Ranieri, that's his name. We brought in Sarr for Ranieri, and other than that, then we rested Mauritius, Gravenberch and Parisi, who are 3 pretty key players that we need for the next game. So yeah, not too bad, but I am expecting us to get to the final. I don't want to, well, maybe I do want to put that pressure on the players, but yeah, Ranieri comes back in for this one. The team stays the same, and all 5 unregistered players are the only people that miss out, because that's what happens, basically. Here is Soyuncu. I cannot wait to use him next season. I think he's going to be really, really good. I'm really annoyed that bug has meant that we can't play him this year, but, you know, it is what it is. He will be in the team, don't you worry. Here we go then. The music's on. It's a 4-2-2 again for Freiburg. They're sticking with it at home for this one. Full bench for them, which is good to see from the AI. And, yeah, we are lining up as expected. No real surprises. I think next year we're going to struggle to hold on to Madragora, Gonzalez. I think one of the centre-backs might move. Ranieri potentially might move on. I also wouldn't be surprised if a bigger club comes in for Mauritius, because he has set Serie A alive. Alight. He set Serie A alight. Yeah, 20 goals in his first season. He is doing very, very well for this Fiorentina team. Now, hopefully we can keep him and see how it goes. Both of our strikers may eventually leave. You never really know with what the AI has planned, but it is 6-3 on aggregate to Fiorentina. We have started very well. 2 shots in the first 10 minutes, 3 shots in the first 11 minutes. So hopefully we see this one out comfortably. Corner ball then. Miranchuk's going to take this one. What can he do with this? Goes to the edge to Madragora. One more to Gravenberch. Back to Madragora. Miranchuk stayed onside. He hit the post. He didn't stay onside. It was offside. A really nicely worked corner. I'm loving the corners and the set pieces you can do this year. You can be a little bit more inventive with them, and you do get more differences when you're taking short corners for sure. Half time then, only the one highlight, which is totally fine by me, to be honest. I'm happy with how we dominated possession. We are playing really well, and if we just go into the second half, you'll see from the heat maps, look how high up the pitch we are playing compared to Freiburg. It's mainly been us on the attack. He looked well offside there, Adamu, so I think that's going to be disallowed. Even though they do score, I do think Junior Adamu was quite far offside. So, yes, disallowed. So, throw in Freiburg's half. He goes long, and Parise beats Adamu to that one. Lunin, just about. Lunin, definitely our first choice keeper now. Terracino dropped to the bench. Terracino's like 34, so if we can get a bit of money for him in the summer, that would be good. I do think there's interest from Saudi Arabia in Lunin, though. So, if that's a huge profit that we can make, potentially a sale there. Mauritius put in. He showed his pace, and it's a lovely finish. Parise with the assist. His 21st goal of the season for Mauritius. And as we said, we may not be able to keep hold of him. When we signed him, he was his preferred and better position was attacking midfield, but we've successfully converted him into this target man centre forward who now just cannot stop scoring goals. And it is lovely to see. 7-3 on aggregate. So Lunin with a short goal kick to Katara. Out to Parise on the left. Up to Mauritius again. And he's very good at dropping into the space and allowing Miranchuk to run on. That time it didn't work out. But it is a constant thing we see in the tactic. And if you're wondering why tactics potentially aren't working for you, watch the game on comprehensive, slower. Watch where people run. See how you can work it out. As Holler shoots, I mean, Lunin should probably do better. But good shot from the edge of the area. 7-4 on aggregate. These games have been pretty crazy. Holler into Chiera. Holler actually ran off the defender and then got to the edge of the box. So it's good movement from him. Roll with a header down. Holler, great first touch. It's deflected again. I can't blame Lunin for that. So on the hour mark, I think we're going to make some changes. We've got a few tired legs out here now. Nicolas Gonzalez is struggling. So again, Dodo will come on for him on that right-hand side. Beltran struggling out front. So we'll bring on Nzola for him. And then I think we're actually going to do a double change in midfield. Madragora is going to come off for Arthur and Solbakken on for Gravenberch. And then the final sub will probably be Miranchuk for Castrovilli, but we'll have to see how that one goes. Castrovilli doing very well on his return from injury as well. Another player that I'd like to keep hold of and potentially get a bit more game time next year. But we'll see how the offers do. Throw in again then. Kubler goes long up to, well, I don't know who won that. I think it was Holler that won the flick on. Adami showing his pace, doing really well. But has to go back towards Kubler. Kubler brings it forward. That's a good interception from Parise. Miranchuk. Now he's got Enzola up there. He's got fresh legs. And Enzola puts in a tackle which lets it run to Solbakken, who shoots over the bar. He's going to have to really step up if he's our Gravenberch replacement. I've not been too impressed with him off the bench, to be honest. With 10 minutes to go, I know we're just about to see a highlight, but we will do Miranchuk off and Castrovilli on for Fiorentina. That seemed to have cancelled the highlight as well. So 10 minutes to go. We have a 3-goal advantage on aggregate into the final 8 or so minutes. So Barken with a good header. Here is Sedilia. Kubler into Ginter. Ginter just comes down the line into Adama, who seems to have pulled a bit further right. Maybe they've gone to their 4-2-4 and I've not seen it yet. A header away. Solbakken will get there first. Flicks it up to Mauritius. Onto Enzola. Back to Ranieri. And we've got passing options in this system. I really enjoy it. Quattara. And I quite like the fact that the first system I've made really in Football Manager is a 3 at the back system. I think they were so hard to implement last year. But with the new roles, it does. The new roles and the new match end, or the changes to the match end, do make it easier. As Enzola's in, he's got to score. He does score. That is 2-1 on the day, 8-4 on aggregate. It's all we've deserved. And a really good assist from Dodo as well. Really good to see him getting involved more and more in the play as he recovers from his injury. Great touch to get round his man. Lovely ball over the top. Good first touch from Enzola. And then just rifled it into the near post. 2-1. Lovely. 3 minutes of time added on. We do have a free kick with Mauritius, who is eyeing this one up. Not known for his free kick taking ability, but he's fired that one into the near post. Just as I said, not known for it. Absolutely stupendous is what it says in the commentary. And it is his second goal of the game. It's a wonderful free kick. Wow, what a hit from Mauritius there. 3-1 on the day, 9-4 on aggregate. Obviously, we're not too sure what's happening in the other game. We are into the final of the Europa Conference League. We've got another chance of getting silverware in our first season, which would be absolutely incredible. Congratulations for reaching the final. And we've also unlocked the goal rush. Your team has scored in 20 consecutive games, and Aston Villa just got through on penalties against Austria Vienna. So maybe we do go into that one quite strong favourites. I'm not too sure. But we are playing at the AEK Arena in Greece, which will be good. We get a bit of money for it. Mauritius on fire as well. 20-year-old WONDERKID is now what he has been classed as. And has he got... There's no interest in him just yet. But yeah, he is... Finishing 10 is... He's scoring many more goals than that. He's tall. It's a tick in the box. He's really good. Go and look at signing him as well. So there it is, confirmed. We're going to be playing Aston Villa in the Conference League final in Greece. Aston Villa currently sit 5th in the Premier League, so they are clearly a good team. Really pushing on a bit of pressure for Chelsea for that last Champions League spot as well. So Ollie Watkins with 18 goals. I don't know if it's because they're changing their lineup for Europe potentially. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It would be disappointing if we lost the Super Cup, the Italian Super Cup, and the Conference League final in the same season. But a very good season so far for the team. Very happy with how it's been performing. We will be back in the next episode for that Europa Conference League final to take on Aston Villa, and I'll see you then. Cheers.